Hello and welcome to a brand new tutorial series. This one is going to be pretty simple, but very, very helpful for many people. This is how to run a successful Minecraft server, and I will be going over many different plugins, configuration, and pretty much how to install everything, get everything running, and this will be a multi-part tutorial series. I will not be doing this all in one video. There will be a whole bunch of videos in a playlist which you can view, but as of now, this is the first video, and let's get started. And before we start, I have been asked a couple of times why I have this tab open all the time in all my tutorials. It is because I have been trying to watch this video for so long, but I never get through the whole thing because it's like 2 hours. But anyway, continuing on, I want you guys to start at this website called Bukkit.org, because that is the type of server we're going to be running, is a Bukkit type server. They have very stable, they're a very stable development team, and they've got a very, very cool version of Minecraft which goes on. And once you're here, all you're going to do is you're going to find something that says a new craft bucket whatever build is now available. So that can either be a beta build or a development build or a recommended build. And the way it works is it goes from development build is the least stable, beta build is the one that's like kind of stable, it's okay, and recommended builds are the most stable and what you should definitely get. But sometimes you don't have either of those. You only have a development build or a beta build, and really you should just follow that order and get the best one at its time. But even the development builds at the time are okay. Just get one for the right Minecraft version. It currently is 1.6.2, and it might be outdated when you're watching this, but that's okay. It should still be the same exact system. Anyway, continuing on, what you're going to do is get 1.6.2 for now, click continue reading, and it will bring up the forums topic, and what you can do is click download here, and once you download it, it'll download the file to your computer, keep it if you're using Chrome, or save it if you're using other browsers, and it will download. It's a pretty hefty file. I mean, it's 14 megabytes, it's okay, but it'll do. So once that's downloaded, we're going to get to the setup part, and the setup part is actually really not that hard. All you have to do is create a folder where you will be having all of the files for Craft Bukkit. Let's create a folder and name it server. And I'm just going to place this on my desktop for now. You can put it wherever you'd like. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, so that'll do. And once we have our download, which is finished, we can drag it to our folder named server, and let's rename this. Let's rename it to craftbukkit.jar. Now here's where we have to go searching a tiny bit on Google. We need to search for the Craft Bukkit server wiki. And once you've searched for that, you'll see a little wiki page pop up which says setting up a server. And depending what your operating system is, whether it's Windows, Linux, or Mac OS, you will need to follow different directions. I will be walking through how to do it on Windows. If you are on Mac OS, you will need to follow the instructions here, and same goes for Linux. But they're pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But for Windows, let's get started. And you can continue on this video if you are on Mac, just skip through what I'm doing here. But what you're going to do is you are going to copy this little line of code underneath Windows, and it says Java XMX 1024M. It should say a bunch of random stuff you don't understand, and that's okay. So copy it, and what you're going to do is you're going to right click on your server folder and do new text document, and we can name this start and change .text to .bat. And we can save the file extension, and then we can right click this and click edit. If you have edit with Notepad++, even better, but it's okay if you just have edit, so I'll follow along for you guys. And this will open it up in Notepad. You can do Control V or paste to paste in that code we copied, and it will copy it to your text document. And I'll explain this for a second. What this is doing is it's starting up the craft bukkit.jar. It pretty much tells it where to launch and to launch the server and create the files for you. This pretty much means how much memory you want to allocate to the server. It can be anything from 1024, which stands for 1 gigabyte of memory, and you can change that to 2 gigabytes, 3 gigabytes, and it works this way. Take 24 and add 2 to it, or add 24 to it, and then you get 48. So you would also have to change the first number of 1 to 2. So this would allocate 2 gigabytes of memory, but for now we're just using the default memory allocation of 1024. And there's a whole list of memory allocations online, and they're pretty easy to find. But as of now, if you're starting up a simple server for you and your friends or something, this is good to go. And we'll save it, and we will close it, and we will start. So here we go. This will bring up the console, which will run this code, and will start the server. Although the server will not start up correctly, and that is okay. All this is it's creating files for you. You'll see preparing spawn area in the console, and that's correct, that's what you want. And we're just going to wait for this to finish. Once it's finished, you will have all these new created files, and I will explain them in later tutorials, but I just want to finish this really quickly, and then we can go to the next tutorial. Alright. Okay, so once it says done in the console, you can type stop, and this will stop the server safely. And what I mean by safely is it will save all the world, it will correctly close the plugins, it will pretty much give all the memory back. It's just the safest and the best way to close the server. And once this is closed, it will say press any key to continue. You can just press any key like it says, and it will close. And now you have your server files, which I will go through and explain in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching.